I would not have selected the word annoyed as a potential
I
reaction, but
was. Hmm.
I love that
Hmm.
you chose that.
Hmm.
So you immediately said that you called your husband from the
Hmm.
car. I mean, you were so confident that you were not
Hmm.
going to have this, that you didn't even take
Yeah.
anybody to the
Hmm.
hospital with you. So you call him from the car and you
Hmm.
say, "We have
Hmm.
some stuff that's
Hmm.
changing." Let's talk
Right.
about what kind of support you had
Hmm.
at this time.
Well, I couldn't have done it without him. I mean, that really is just the thing, and that is something that I tell people is you have to build your support system. And it was interesting because here we were in Atlanta. We had been here 2 years. Moved here from the Denver metro area.
Okay, so you were new to town.
Yes, new to town. And I had been networking for business, so I wasn't without contacts, and that is actually how I got my oncologist, was through one of my business contacts. But one of the thoughts was, should we go back to Colorado?
Yeah.
Of course, my first thought was my oncologist that I had worked for, who was an absolutely delightful man. And then I, of course, realized, okay, I worked for him 30 years ago, didn't even know if he was still alive, but
Right.
probably not practicing, right? Um, and so, because, yeah, if that had been an option, yeah, I would have gone back to him. Partially because I think he helped shape my philosophy. It was over 35 years ago since I worked for him. And I remember, and I was office staff, not medical. And I remember him telling patients, 99% of this is in your head. If you
Really?
think you will get better, or if you think you will survive, you will survive. If you think you're going to die, you're going to die. Now, he wasn't saying you're going to go, ooh, and be all
Right.
better. You still might only live hours, weeks, days, whatever. But your mentality during that time was what was going to be so important. If you curl up your toes and say, I'm going to die, that could be 20 years from when you get that diagnosis, right? But you're going to live a
Yes.
horrible, miserable life in there. But how are you going to live your life? And yeah, and I really did think, well, he taught me well. And so yeah, it was okay. Take a deep breath, feel sorry for yourself.
Right. You can't push through that.
And yeah, and know that that's perfectly normal. And then think, okay, now what's next?